Wednesday, everybody. What a great day to get over the hump. What a great day to play some Call of Cthulhu. And what a great day to hang out with our new best friends, Noura, Ibrahim, and Becca Scott, everybody.
Hello.
They came back. It was iffy. We didn't know. We didn't know if they'd come.
Oh, it was a given. We've been waiting on bated breath.
Yeah, that was a big, what we call a cliffy over here at the Glass Cannon Network. We ended on a big cliffy, and today the cliffy shall yield fruit.
I'm just happy to not have died yet.
A little upset about the mixed metaphors, but I'll deal. Fruit on the cliff.
This is wonderful. Thank you for coming back. I'm so excited. I was excited last week. Now I am beaming because there was a point during the session while we were creating characters early on where I'm like, jeepers, I don't know. I say jeepers. It's like, jeepers, I don't know if I want to do this much story tonight, because it was early and I was thinking like this character creation, we're going to be done soon. I just want to do like a little taste, a little sprinkle of the story. And then I looked at the clock again and I was like, oh shit, we gotta get into the story. And then we got into it and I never wanted to leave it. So tonight I'm excited to just dig in because there's a lot of dangling nonsense that we ended on.
That's not a euphemism, right?
I don't know. Dangling nonsense. Cliffies that yield fruit.
Watch out, he slipped me the dangling nonsense.
Right before we started, Noura shared with us in the chat this website that's called The Dirty 30s, and it's just slang of the 30s. And I mean, we were interrupting Grant's sound check at least 40 times with some of these zingers.
I
just saw
amazing.
K-balling, which apparently means salvaging parts from junked rail cars to rebuild others. K-ball.
That common activity.
Gotta put the kibosh on that K-balling, Capitcasa. We ain't got no time.
Keep it keen.
So we should try to work this in throughout the night.
Oh, I just saw this one. So making whoopee, which I'm sure most you figured out, but this one I didn't know. Pitching woo.
Pitching woo.
Yeah, you gotta pitch that woo.
Gotta pitch that woo. Woo!
Met a dame last night. She was a bit of floozy. Then we pitched some woo together.
She had gams for
Some woo with the
days.
skin tickler. A drummer, people.
Mine's out of
They
the
tickled my
gutters.
skin.
The one I'm going to try to work in the most, I think, is it's what we would now say. We would now say wow, but instead, apparently in the 30s, you said murder.
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 It didn't alert anyone. Well, I'm excited. Obviously, we met these characters last week. We met Preston Tippett, the former sports writer. We met Shirley Cisco, the former cook and soon to be world women's heavyweight champion of the world in the old pugilist ring. We met Penelope Peachy Keen, former Western saloon keep, who ended up just
In
on the
my
outskirts of
former
Cape
days.
Cod.
Yes, has now changed careers to
And accents.
former speakeasy operator and, slipped into an entirely different accent. She's a spy! She's a spy from Colorado.
Which, by the way, that's also on the list. G-Man for the feds.
Oh, yeah, for the feds.
Ooh, watch out for the G-Man. They'll
Never
put the
trust the
kibosh on the
G-Man.
whole operation. We also met Leo Victoria, former actor from his last show was No No Nanette.
Tour of No No Nanette.
The
Let's
tour
not
of, yeah.
presume he was on Broadway. 'cause
That's
he
true.
wasn't.
Oh, he was.
But then still took the tour?
Why would he go on tour?
Well, it's a long story you wouldn't understand, Joe.
Right.
But
No one else could do it.
in those days, the tour was important because there was no television or mass media. So the tour was how you made your money.
So you really did your homework. We reached out to a good friend of the show, our good buddy Sean Makes, at Sean Makes on Twitter. And I said, Sean, can you in less than 24 hours, draw portraits of these characters in the style of Cthulhu. Because if you look at the artwork in this book, it's a very specific style. Well, I should say the style's kind of all over the place, but the little styles, the little images they do throughout of pictures of the investigators, it's very specific. And I mean, this guy is a beast. He came up with this stuff. He's like, here you go. And I think he knocked it out of the park. So let's get to meet these people. Let's really see what they look like. Now, here's the sad part about this. This is what they looked like before their lives fell apart, before they were in the shanty town. So now they look probably much worse. But let's take a look at Leo Victoria's headshot from back in the day there. We got Grant on the ones and twos tonight. Look at that suave gentleman.
Handsome bastard.
Look at him.
Look at those
Kinda looks like
brilliantine
that.
waves.
Love the stash. Love the stash.
Was that a look you were going for there? It was like, give me a upscale gentleman.
Are you
Cigarette.
asking me? Well,
Yeah, I'm
now
asking you.
he's decidedly less than upscale because he's living in a Hooverville.
That's right.
But he
at the
still takes
time-
the time to put the finger waves in, which is not a short amount of time. Like, let me have you know.
That is just fantastic. Let's see what old Peachy Keen looks like. This one makes me sad because look at the hope that was in those eyes. And
It would have been
So
my
beautiful.
glamour shot if I'd made it in the pictures.
if it wasn't for Rita Hayworth.
Yeah, that's
Rita
right. Give him a
Hayworth.
dirty look at Rita.
Sorry about that.
Look at that.
Really, any child in diapers at this point gets that look.
I get so lost in the story. Like, as I was looking at these, I got sad thinking about, most likely what's going to happen to these characters, but also just the position that you're in. Let's take a look at old Shirley Cisco here. This might be the best one.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite.
There she is.
Yeah.
Put up your dukes.
Show
she
those
looks
meat
like-
hooks.
Scared of nothing. Come at me.
And she looks like she loves it. She looks like she's excited
Yeah.
to box you into oblivion.
Yeah.
I'm what'd you call me? A pugilist. Yeah, that makes it sound right fancy. Okay.
Right, fancy, yeah. Look at that. That's the look of someone that had the championship belt in her eyes, and then
Slipped
and it all
right
fell
through my
apart.
boxing gloves because I couldn't grasp it. No fingers.
What is the name of that gym that you sneak into every once in a while to give the old heavy bag a punch?
I think it was Billy's.
Billy's or
Yeah, my old manager.
Charities?
Jerry's, Bernie's,
Average Joe's.
Average Joe's.
Benny. It's Benny. I'm going to get Benny.
Old Benny's
Hey.
gym. Go in there and stay in shape. And then, of course, speaking of Average Joe, we'll finish with old Preston Tippett. Look at this. Look at this schmo.
You just see him just lurking around the locker room. Hey, give me an exclusive. I'll give you a stick of gum.
The artist
Always
said this.
perpetually under lamplight.
You
Gotta
imagine
get the scoop on Chip Chipley.
Chipley, can I get a word?
I just imagine him like nervously like sucking down like 30 cigarettes after a game because he doesn't want to go home.
Chipley, can I get a word?
Hey, Jimmy, one more. Wait,
You find him at the
Pull you on the
racetracks.
third.
in fact, on this Dirty 30 slang, I don't know if you noticed, Joe is slang for an average guy.
And actually,
Wait,
right under it,
No.
Jode.
Jode is tired.
Right. I'm Jode. Really Jode out.
Been hanging out with Joes all day. I'm Jode out. Just great. Now we can
Preston.
really see what could have been. And maybe, hey, we all know how history turned out. The Depression ended and then good things happened. Maybe these people will survive and things will look up.
It ended with a world war.
I know. I was just going to say, like, I don't know what
This isn't
happened.
Talk about
going
after
well.
After that was the Korean War.
So basically, you want to jump a whole decade, get to the 50s, and be like, things are fine.
It's your
If you're
children.
white.
It's your children, Marty. I love seeing them. Now I can really picture them and see the look in their eyes when they are faced with the horrors of the world.
You could take some enjoyment in bringing them down, both physically and mentally.
Knocking them down a peg.
Becca, since we did the last session, I've seen some talk on the interwebs that apparently your Cthulhu characters have a history of dying
This
early
is-
and quickly or something. Is this true? Is this a rumor?
That's a
filthy
stream
lie?
of blood specific case.
okay.
And yes, but that's not my fault. I do terribly risky things and then roll poorly, but it's Jared's choice to kill me.
That's one way of looking at it.
That's one way. That's one way. So you went down physically, right? You didn't go insane.
I've never gone fully insane. Yeah, I've
Okay.
just died a lot.
Okay.
But you didn't lose your marbles.
My marbles have always been, around.
What about
One time
you,
I
Noura?
reactivated like a Frankenstein corpse and went a little insane doing that, but we made it back. We made it back.
Noura, did you ever kick the bucket, one of your characters?
I have not kicked the bucket for Cthulhu yet. Knock on wood. Fingers crossed. All
Okay.
that good stuff.
Oh, murder.
Murder!
You're telling me you never died?
Murder me.
I've taken some hits, but I haven't lost my marbles either.
You never punched your ticket? I didn't even see that on the list. I don't even know if that's what the third
It
is.
sounds like it should be on there.
Good. It's good.
This
No.
list really is the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is. It really is. And you can play this game without that, but why would you? Why would you? It's so much more fun. I want to send a shout out. I mentioned him earlier, our good buddy on the ones and twos, Grant Berger. Grant, how are you tonight, pal?
Thanks for getting me on the
Yay.
horn, fellas. I hope you paid your butter and egg man, or else he's going to write you up with the old Chicago typewriter.
Nailed it.
Best in the business.
Nailed it. Professional.
The old Chicago typewriter. That's great.
That's
I
a
have to
Tommy
look
gun.
up what that is.
Tommy gun.
Tommy gun. The old Chicago typewriter.
You've been smooching with my brother.
I like that. I gotta pump you full of daylight.
Oh, yeah.
Grant, you had a front row seat to the show last week. You've never played Cthulhu, right?
No, I have not. I've only listened to Joe complain about it, which he did for
Right.
20 minutes last show, I
Right.
believe.
Got it all out.
What did you think? What did you think from an outsider insider perspective? Does it sound like a game you'd be interested in?
I would love to play it. I loved kind of the character creation. Again, I think it's one of those games similar to Cyberpunk that gives you a lot of options. I think it'd be great to play with new players, in fact. All of the different ways you can roll for background to give you a way to think about things. Obviously, no one on this stream necessarily needed that. It was fun to roll for that in moments, but it was great. It was immersive, and being able to put yourself in the real world, but just 90 years prior, is an exciting thing to do. To deal with some of the horrors you are. Dusty eyeballs? I'm sorry. Too soon. I gotta go.
We're going to get back to Dusty Eyeball Town very quickly. But Joe, our good friends at Chaosium are like new best friends. I can't wait
Yes.
to hang out with when we can start going to conventions again. They're giving away more starter sets tonight. Tell us about it.
They just can't be stopped, Troy.
Can't be stopped. They can't help but
yes.
give.
Thank you to our friends at Chaosium, who are once again giving away 3 physical copies of the Call of Cthulhu starter set. They're right here. I have. You might win this exact copy that I'm holding.
Lick it.
It's still wrapped. I'll send
Where
it to you
your hands
wrapped.
been? They don't want that one.
3 winners tonight. We're going to do a contest all night long in the chat. Brennan will drop a link in chat. Click on that link, and it'll take you to the place where you can enter. And we'll drop it throughout the night, and we'll pull near the end of the stream, and then we'll announce the winners in chat. We'll email you. We'll get your address, and we'll send it along. We can only send you physical copies if you are in the U.S. If you are in any other country, unfortunately, we can't send you physical copies, but we will get you a digital copy if you are pulled and win. So don't worry if you're looking for a starter set to get yourself or your group into Call of Cthulhu. We will make it happen, whether it's digital or physical. I'm really excited about this. I want one. I was reading it. I was like, what a great way to just get started without having to read the entire book. It seemed like a great proposition. And if you don't win, or if you just want something beside the starter kit, maybe you already have it, maybe you're looking to expand into more Cthulhu, we have got a very special discount code on the store over at Chaosium. So if you go over to Chaosium, get anything you want on the store, and in your cart at checkout, put Glass Cannon into the promotional code section and get 10% off your order. And that is good through March 31st.
Amazing.
So it is a limited run for now. Go ahead and put Glass Cannon in at checkout, get 10% off your order. Thank you, Chaosium. Very excited to jump back in to this amazing game tonight.
Yeah, if you don't win, go and
Aces.
buy it. Support these game companies, and you get a little discount while you're at it. It's a no-brainer. We've got a library of stuff that we'll never play, but you gotta support the game companies. I'm excited to just jump right in. I kind of just want to hang out, especially where Becca and Noura are our new best friends. I just want to get to know them some more. But this is how you're gonna get to know them, by killing their characters and destroying their hopes.
See how they react
that's really
under
how
real
you and
pressure.
I.
Womp womp.
That's really how you and I forged our relationships, right?
That's why we're so close now.
Yeah.
We broke it down, and then we built our love back up. No, I'm excited, and if you're out there, I know a lot of people last week were watching by candlelight in some of these states that are having trouble right now with the snow. I hope that we can entertain you with some fake bleakness, and thank you for watching, and hopefully we can just keep churning out content to keep you busy. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, but thank you for watching and supporting us. Let's play some Call of Cthulhu. When last we left our intrepid heroes, we were introduced to these four down on their luck, quote-unquote heroes. We'll find out if they're heroes or not. They're really just average Joes. Almost all of them. That's kind of what Call of Cthulhu is. I don't think you live long enough to become like a 17th level paladin. You just kind of survive and hope you get a little better at things. So we met these people, and they live in this Hooverville, in just outside of Crawley, Massachusetts. A lot of the Cthulhu setting takes place in a half fictional, half realistic Massachusetts. Probably heard of Arkham and the Miskatonic University. These are all fabrications for the game, but then it's overlapped with real people and places from Massachusetts of the time. So anyways, we met these people. They're struggling. I mean, not only are they struggling and penniless, they're in a camp that is suffering from this wasting disease. People have flaky skin, they're sick. I think I said last week that the four investigators and the children in the camp are in the best shape of everybody, but they're not even in that great a shape. That's why all of your power scores are at a max of 40 and your luck is 20. I think, Joe, you only have a power of 20, right?
I'm so scared. So I was reading a lot more of the rules since the last stream, and
Big mistake.
the one thing that I was happy about was that I had a high intelligence, right? This fits my journalist, and a high education. Very cool. I was and now I'm reading about sanity, and I'm like, so you have to roll under your sanity or you lose sanity. And so I'm like, I've got 20. I mean, that you just get you progressively fall off faster.
Yeah.
And with 20, I'm almost never going to succeed. So and everybody knows this, right? Because I'm watching in the chat. People are like, oh man, Joe's going insane first. But then I read that there's mechanics that we'll get into, I'm sure, very quickly. And it says specifically that avoiding some of these intense psychological episodes requires an intelligence roll. And I'm like, fantastic. Turns out you have
best mechanic in the game you're about to explain.
You have to fail the intelligence roll to maintain your sanity. Because if you're so smart, you get exactly the break in reality, and it snaps you. So I am absolutely set up for mental destruction, right out of the gate. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I mean, since November, I've been reading this. I probably read the first 250 pages, front to back. And that was my favorite thing I read. I think it's so brilliant that when you fail a sanity check, you then roll an intelligence roll. If you fail that check, you're fine.
Because you're too dumb to know what happened to you.
Right, but if you pass, or if you roll over, you understand the full brunt of what just happened, and you lose it. You lose it. It's great.
I'm terrified.
So good.
You're gonna get Joe'd by the end of this.
Wow, you really optimized your character there, Joe.
I'm telling you. Well, for people that don't know or didn't see last week, for that to happen, to have a sanity as low as I have to, you roll 3d6 and multiply it by 5. And I rolled 2 1s and a 2. So that is about as low as you can go. So you don't usually start like this. This is a very rare thing to start this much in the mental hole.
The Elder Gods have chosen their target. If things weren't bad enough in this Hooverville, as you're stirring on this cold November morning, a couple of you go by the campfire and you hear people rumbling about, the Faceless Men came back last night. And people are like, what? Some people think it's the doctors. They come and they're infecting us. Another woman is like, they're the ghosts. They're the ghosts that didn't follow us. They couldn't survive. Make it into the Hooverville.
Lay off the booze, Harvey.
Lay off the booze.
That's right.
Like that one.
And one woman, Nancy Carver, is like sobbing uncontrollably at the mention of Faceless Men, and you're able to calm her down. I think Shirley and Leo did a little song and dance number that distracted her enough that she was able to calm down and think about what she saw, because she originally said they came, the Faceless Men, and they had a puppet, and the puppet sang, and she's losing her mind. Song and dance number later, she's calm, and she's like, you know what, maybe they weren't faceless. Maybe they had white masks on covering their face and their hats pulled down. But one of them pulled a puppet out of a box, put it in the crook of his arm, and made it sing. And she just, as she's describing it, she loses it again. And you have all been in this camp for a while. You've heard these rumors about these Faceless Men, but like everyone is malnourished. Everyone is very, very close-knit in this community, whether you like people or not. Rumors travel fast, and it's just kind of like something everyone's accepted that, like, maybe we're just sick. Maybe we're all just seeing things and hearing things. And so when something goes bad in the camp, people are like, it's the Faceless Man. It's the boogeyman. That's essentially what it's become for you all in the camp. While some of you talking about that, our good friend Leo Victoria has someone very close to him, his confidant. Albertine Ricks is suffering perhaps the worst from this disease. He goes in to the medical tent where the resident doctor of the group, former doctor, not just practicing to survive and help everyone survive, Dr. Coombs lets him know that, like, she had a really bad night and things are bad. You go over to her, and it's a scene, man. From there, we'll black out. And in the blackout, you hear the sounds of people buzzing about. Then you start to hear the sounds of automobiles and cars honking. People talking. And lights slowly fade up on the facade of the Colonial Theater. You see theatergoers dressed to the nines, some smoking cigarettes, queuing up, lingering out front. The marquee reads, No Nanette, final performance. Lower third comes up, Boston, Mass, 10 years earlier. Whoa. From there, we cut to backstage. There are actors bustling about past stagehands with cigars dangling out of their mouths. We close in very slowly and creepily on a dressing room where Leo Victoria sits, applying foundation to his face. He's back to back with another actor. They're both facing mirrors. Leo stops for a moment, stares at himself in the mirror, and there's a deep sadness in his eyes. The other actor interrupts his reverie. It's like, I can't believe it. 14 months, 60 cities, and it's all over. The crash killed everything, but I always figured the theater would survive.
It will. I know it will. Been trying to kill the theater for centuries, but there's always stories to tell. If not this story, then another. That's how it is.
Leo stops for a moment and looks over at the makeup station next to him. There are several bouquets of flowers piled up, as well as 3 or 4 oversized teddy bears. But no one's sitting at that station.
Have you seen Albertine? She's never missed a call time before. Not in 12 years.
The other guy's like, she's probably off with that mystery man again. How come no rich dame ever woos me when we roll into town? At that moment, a beautiful, lithe young woman rushes in. She's holding more flowers in her arms, which she just hastily shoves in one of the vases that's already overstuffed with lilacs. And the actor's like, speak of the devil.
Al, where were you?
She says, am I late?
Only 30 minutes.
What are they going to do, fire me? I was just having dinner and maybe a little champagne. The other actor laughs. Leo is clearly not amused.
Champagne? We've got the lift and Call of the Sea. What are you going to do?
Don't be such a stick in the mud, Leo. It was only half a glass. I won't make you look bad out there if that's what you're worried about. Leo looks at Albertine. Perhaps the person he's closest to in his entire life. While there's no romantic connection, per se, between the two of you, I imagine you can't help but feel a little jealous of all the time that she's been spending with this well-to-do socialite that's been wooing her ever since the tour stopped in Boston.
No, of course not. It's just... That's not what I'm worried about.
From there, we cut to the curtain call. There's a side angle of all the actors taking their bows. Leo and the rest of the chorus hold their hands out, and Albertine and the rest of the female chorus step forward to curtsy. You see Albertine lean forward into the crowd and come back with 36 roses in her arms. Leo, you try to look beyond the footlights at the source of the flowers, but it's too bright to see in the crowd. You just see shapes floating. Cut to backstage. Leo is coming out of the bathroom. He's dressed in his street clothes, and a janitor is just throwing away the bouquets that remain. He grabs one of the big teddy bears and looks at you. Is this yours?
No. Did you see a young brown-haired woman waiting here?
Yeah, she left about 5 minutes ago. From there, Leo rushes to the stage door. You push it open, Leo, and look past the small crowd of autograph seekers where you see Albertine about to step into the back seat of a pristine white Studebaker Roadster. You yell above the din of the crowd.
Al! The cast! We're going out for drinks! Al!
She stops and looks back at you, then looks into the back seat of the car, then back to you. I can't tonight, Leo. Don't worry. There'll be other shows.
It's really bad this time. The crash.
And then all the more reason, right? To live a little while we still can. And she smiles at you. A joyful, innocent smile. And from there we fade from Albertine's healthy, young visage to the decrepit, sallow, sickly face we left with last week. What few wisps of hair she has left are no longer brown, but grayish white and brittle. You just noticed a thin layer of dust on her eyeballs before she took what looked like all of her energy to stay with a dry, gasping mouth. Leo, help me, please. What do you do?
Have I talked to the doctor? Have we,
Yeah, the doctor basically told you, I think she's beyond saving. I've studied this disease as best I can. I don't have the best means.
What do you need? What do you need, doctor? Tell me.
I don't know. I think it's beyond me at this point. Dr. Cavendish at Bentham Hospital will sneak me some supplies, but they're not interested in treating us. I don't know what to do. I've never seen anything like this. And she's just...
And he kneels down next to her and he takes her hand and says, I'll help you. Anything. I'll do anything. I'll think of something.
You reach down to grab her hand and you pull it up. And as you do, it starts to fall apart in your hand and turn to dust. Roll a sanity check.
Oh, okay. Uh, 40 even. So
Under
40.
Oh, under 4. So you just make it?
Oh, that's amazing.
Tie goes to me.
Tie goes to you. I believe it's, you make it or under, the number or under. However, you still lose 1 sanity point. Okay. It would have been worse had you failed.
Really,
But
it
her
should be
hand-
worse.
Her hand just crumbles in yours to dust, and then what's left of her arm just falls limply next to you. Dr. Coombs is like, don't touch her anymore. Make peace with this, Mr. Victoria. She won't survive another night, another day. And she's just wailing.
I think, like in horror, Leo kind of stumbles out of the tent and back out into the Hooverville. It's like freaking out. No, not freaking out. Damn it! I didn't have it ready.
Chicago typewriter.
Chicago typewriter.
Off the cob.
I'm breaking my typewriter over here, Al.
So the rest of you, you're probably too distracted by what else is going on to notice Leo come out of the tent to get some fresh air. But meanwhile, Preston and Shirley and Penelope are caught up with the camp looking for missing children. I think it was Penelope when you woke up. Might have been Shirley. Maureen, one of the women in the camp, was like, have you seen my daughter? Have you seen Esther? Who was it that she spoke to?
I think I was there when she spoke about
Who
it.
was there? I think it was Leo. Oh,
Might have been. Yeah, well, she came over. Right when she woke up, she was like, have you seen her? I haven't seen her. And then you didn't think too much of it, and you went over there. And then when you were talking to Nancy Carver and trying to get an idea of why she looks like she lost her mind, she mentioned that she was up all night, and Billy Spitzer was there as well. Little Billy Spitzer, ask for him. And so you look for Billy, and you realize Billy's gone. And meanwhile, Maureen has been asking around for Esther, and Esther is gone. So now 2 children are gone, and you're all caught up in this, like, Esther, Billy, Esther. And everyone looks at each other like, where are these children?
I want to roll for education to see whether or not I know where the children like to play. Whether there's like a secret, sort of like unofficial playground, like an old sewer that the kids play at.
Yeah.
18, yeah, that's a hard success.
Yeah, when some of the kids are going off to areas they're not supposed to, they head to the east where these old drainage pipes. They're probably totally safe there, but their parents don't like them there because they don't know if there's sewage. They're worried they're going to get caught in these pipes. It's about a half mile away from the camp.
Say, friendos, how about we go look at the old drainage pipes? I feel like if there's any trace of them, that's where we're going to find it.
Yeah. Sounds good. What do you think, Dizzy? Think you could sniff him out? He looks down at his little puppy with one eye, but he's got a good, strong nose. I say puppy. It's a dog. It's an older dog. Yeah, Preston's down to try to check out that area and keeping his eyes peeled along the way.
Yeah, if the kids are hanging out there, then maybe somebody must have saw something.
Maureen comes out and she's like, maybe her shoes are still here, and her bed looks slept in.
Oh.
She wouldn't go out without shoes, not in the middle of the winter or the beginning of the winter. It's November.
How old is she? How old is Esther?
12.
Okay.
And Billy is probably 13. Billy is actually an orphan that the camp is sort of taken in.
Can I do a no roll on these kids? Just in the sense of like who they are, like what they're like what their disposition is like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are they the kind of kids to get into trouble, or are they like afraid to leave home, like that kind of thing? 42 under 70.
Okay. Billy is really friendly, good-natured kid. He's been kind of adopted by everyone. He's a little wise beyond his years, enough so that someone like Nancy would be up just talking to him at 2 a.m. He doesn't have parents telling him to go to bed. He is social, very good manners for a kid that's obviously had a hard life. Esther has adapted to life here in the Hooverville probably a little better than Maureen. She's a little shyer than most of the children in the camp. But actually her friendship with Billy has brought her out of her shell a little bit. And she started to, get a little bit more involved in the camp because that's kind of in Billy's nature to want to help, whereas she just stuck with her mother and made sure her mother's all right. She's now becoming a little more outgoing, but it's really not in their nature to disobey. Have they done it? Sure.
Would I have a way of knowing if I'm assuming because we live around each other and we don't have a lot of clothes, I would recognize an article of clothing of theirs if I saw it or remember what they were wearing?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. A lot of people have like one good dress. There's plenty of men in the camp that have one good suit and women that have one good dress, and like that's it. And they've patched them up as best they can because that's all they have left. So yeah, you think to yourself like, I really haven't seen Esther in too many outfits. One outfit, maybe sometimes there's a little shawl or a sweater over it.
But I'm thinking like maybe if I see something discarded, I'd recognize if it was hers?
Immediately, yeah.
All right, no point in going to the drainage pipe. If she doesn't have shoes, she's in a ditch, she's in the hospital. Preston, can Dizzy sniff out her scent based on these shoes?
Oh, that's a good point.
You can give it a try. Get in there, Dizzy. See what you can smell. Dizzy will try smelling the shoes. He'll walk him in there, let the dog smell the shoes, and then come outside. Dizzy's not a hound or much of a hunting dog, but maybe. Not sure what that would be. Maybe a luck roll or...
Yeah, I think where it's not you, it's Dizzy. Let's see if that dog catches a scent. Give me a luck roll.
Oh, here it is. Dizzy has a track score of 75. Sweet.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. How cool of you to make that number up on the spot.
I didn't send you Dizzy's character sheet?
No, I didn't get it. I forgot. It's my fault. I should have asked
it's right
for
here.
it.
It's right here.
Yeah, just give me a luck roll. Let's see what he sees.
Okay. Well, we're down on our luck. Oh, 94.
No.
It's almost a fumble.
Oh.
He comes out with Esther's severed arm in his jaw. Well, she was under the bed the whole time, and she's screaming because the dog just ripped her arm off.
Dizzy comes out. He doesn't point in any particular direction. He's just... Wants more breakfast. I know you're hungry, buddy. I know you're hungry.
But I'll tell you going in there with him is enough for you to see, there was a disturbance here inside this tent.
Okay. Can I do a spot hidden roll? See if there's any details in there that are... Nope. 77 over 65. Looks like there was a bit of a tussle in here. Maybe one of you could take a look at it. Take a peek.
Get out of my way, Preston. Let me look in here. You men folk, you just I don't know what you do. Yeah, but I'm better at looking for things. That's what I know, because I made it. 42 on 45.
42 on 45. And was that spot hidden or tracking?
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden. Okay. All right. So,
Can
Shirley
I take a
comes in
look
there.
around too?
Yeah, take a look around.
I was going to say, you bust in there, you break things with all your muscles, but that's me. Somehow.
God.
I sometimes have a light touch.
I rolled a 99. I don't see nothing.
Wow, that's that's a fumble. I think.
Well, what's your spot hidden?
Yeah, what's your spot hidden? Is it over 50%?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
but nah, not that good.
Not that good. All right, so it's kind of Shirley, you're trying to figure this out, and it's almost like everybody else is in the way.
Listen, I don't know how that dog didn't know where to find it because all I'm smelling is the shoes right now.
Stepping on stuff and moving stuff around. There could be clues in here.
Oh, you're right. This could be a crime scene.
It's a really cool mechanic, the way crits and fumbles work, because we're trying to teach as well as learn. And a roll of a 1 is a critical. So Joe, you might actually do well in this game. A fumble, if your skill is over 50%, you roll 100, and that's a fumble. If you're less skilled, if your skill is under 50% and you roll a 96 through a 100, that's a fumble. So since yours is over 50, a 99 would not be a fumble. Just be a really bad roll. So Shirley, you're trying to make sense of this. And like, the dog's in the way. Preston's walking around, and then Penelope stumbles in there reeking of bathtub gin. And you do notice that the ground right outside of the tent, like towards the back where Esther's bed would be, or not even bed, what rags and bags she's laying on, sacks, it's heavily trampled. And because it was a cold night, the trampling has been frozen in place by the snow. And so you see prints. You see prints of, it's hard to tell. And you realize to yourself, it's hard to tell because everybody else has been walking all around and messing this up. 2, 3, maybe 4 people. By the size of the prints, they look like they might have been men, not necessarily, but you can tell because of the way they're frozen in the hoary ground that they're nice shoes. Nicer shoes, better well-maintained shoes than anyone in the camp could afford. And if you keep looking, you see this print situation, and it leads out of camp.
Let's follow these tracks.
Look at you being a regular gumshoe.
Good find, Shirley.
Wait a minute. What happened to Leo?
Leo's outside trying to
Leo,
pick out
anyway?
cigarette butts to smoke.
That's
Pick him up off the ground.
Just trying to light little nubs.
Yeah. What's going on? What happened with Esther?
Leo, Esther's missing, and it looks like we might have a trail here leading somewhere, and there might be trouble. There could be as many as 4 of them. Now, we got Shirley here to knock a few of them out, but we're going to need a tall drink of water like yourself to help us out. Why don't you come with us?
Yeah, and geez, don't you wash up before breakfast? Why are your hands all dusty?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Roll another sanity check. No. It's just my best friend's remains.
Okay, we won't ask about the dusty hands again. Jeez.
Jeez,
so
somebody's
weird
really
sometimes.
touchy.
Albertine, she's sick. No, she needs help, but you're right. Let's find Esther. I'll go with you.
Does she got it, Leo?
She
Got
it
the
bad.
wasting disease.
She got it bad.
You know
Poor
she's
thing.
sick, friendo.
Jesus,
All we
Mary
can
and
do
Joseph.
is try and take care of ourselves now, you know? Keep ourselves fed.
Yeah.
And then we'll do what we can for Albertine.
Well, I was thinking maybe I'd stop at the hospital and see if maybe they're giving away medicine. I don't know. Dr. Coombs says, hey, let's find Esther. It's not worth talking about now.
All right.
I've been wanting to knock one to that old Cavendish. I don't trust him.
Punch that doctor right in the schnoz.
Yeah.
Why I oughta.
All right, so you want to follow these tracks for now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot going on, but it's a difficult thing. At least the doctor has told you, Leo, that she's beyond saving as far as he knows. Right now, there's a more immediate problem of missing children. And so you follow the tracks. Does anybody have... yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted... Assuming that Leo heard the stories of the masks and the dummy at some point when these guys were investigating the tent, can I roll an occult check to see if that sounds familiar to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I got a 30 under 35.
30 under 35. No, it doesn't ring any immediate bells.
Masked men, like the faceless men are actually wearing masks, nothing like that. Listen,
No.
you all think Leo is all song and dance, but he's seen some shit.
He's seen some shit, yeah. No, it definitely doesn't ring a bell as like, is this some weird ritual or something cultish that you've written? No, it's just weird. And the fact that your source is Nancy, who is clearly not in her right mind, isn't helping the situation. Maybe if you had more precise information, but then again, this could all just be, could have been a flock of birds, that looked like people. People are not well. So you follow these tracks. Does anybody have tracking as a skill? Any points in tracking? No. That's all right.
Dizzy.
Luckily, yeah, Dizzy, how you doing there, Diz? Don't rely on the dog.
75. He's got a
75 for tracking. No, luckily,
Can you use spot hidden?
yeah, you can use spot hidden.
All right.
If you have a spot hidden, give it to me, and let's see
Okay.
what we got.
'Cause I don't know what somebody with such fancy shoes is doing in a place like this anyway. Oh, I just made it. I rolled a 60.
Okay.
And a 34 under 65 for old Preston.
What about Cheryl?
She didn't make it. She's relying on the skills of her friends at this point.
Okay. So 2 of you succeeded, 2 of you failed. That's enough for you to follow these tracks out of the camp, about 200 yards or so, in the direction of the Arkham Road. And now the Arkham Road is the largest thoroughfare nearest your Hooverville. One way will take you into Crawley, and the other way will take you to Arkham. When you get there, because of 2 successes on those spot hiddens, you do see some tire tracks from a large automobile that then sped off onto the road. There's frost there. Good thing you're looking in the morning. You didn't wait till night because these prints may not be there anymore.
This is where the shoe tracks stop, and now we
Yeah.
see
The footprints stop. Again, not 100% sure. It's definitely more than one person, 2 to 4 people. Ends with automobile tracks that speed off onto the road. And in the direction, unless they turned on the road, it looks like they're heading away from Crawley. There is a diner and restaurant, the Blue Star Bar and Restaurant, which I mentioned that maybe Peachy Keen used to sling some drinks behind there before the proprietor could no longer keep you on. That is in that direction, and then it just goes on to Arkham.
Well, fellas, looks like someone got in a tin can and headed over towards that road down there towards where the Blue Star is.
Beat me to it. I wanted to do the tin can.
She tin canned you.
She tin canned me.
You know,
we ask
in the
around at the
garbage
Blue
cans
Star?
behind it, I bet there's some thrown away food.
Now
They're
you're
nice
talking.
there. The woman who owns the place, her name is Ira Brody. She does send leftover food that she's just going to throw out to the camp. She's the one that provides like used coffee grinds to the camp, so you guys have some coffee. She's struggling as well. Peachy, you know this. Like she might be
Yeah.
the next victim of the crash. She's doing all she can to try and keep her business going. But that's really the only thing up in that direction. And then you just keep going to Arkham. Crawley is the other way. Let me tell you a little bit about Crawley just to kind of set the scene for, the area that we're playing in. Crawley is a medium-sized town as far as town sizes went back then. Maybe 15,000 people total. And it's 30 miles to the southwest of Arkham, so probably 15, 20 miles away from here. It was, before the Depression, a big textile industry town, but after the Depression, most of the mills and the factories have shut down, and people have scattered, and the population has gone down because a lot of people have left Crawley since the big business was textile, and now those factories are no longer running. It's got a little bit of everything. There's a town hall, there's a police station, there's a hospital, and then outside of the town limits, kind of where you are, is where it there are these derelict factories, and the old industrial areas just look like eyesores now, boarded up windows. Honestly, if you go to Lawrence, Massachusetts, which is like half an hour from where I grew up, it still looks like that. These old buildings that were like old shoe shops.
That's where Preston grew up.
Yeah, and just still boards on those boards on the windows. But the road out to Arkham, which is the direction this is going, it would be past the Blue Star. That's where all the big houses are, the big estates, green countryside, farm, fields. If you watch Lovecraft Country, that's kind of like, imagine what all the beautiful, not at night, but during the day, that's where all the rich people who have survived the Depression have their big estates.
Can I ask you a question, Troy?
You know what? I'll allow it on this live game.
So, Leo, for many years, took the extra stipend to drive the bus from city to city on the No tour. And
You're smart.
Before that. So he has a decent drive auto. Would he be able to, maybe able to recognize the make or model, or at least the I don't know, like the particular kind of car from the tire tracks, if I were to roll that?
You know what? If you can nail extreme success on Drive Auto, I will. That's crazy talk. Give me an extreme success. So that's under 1/5 for you to be like, you know what? I know those tracks.
I was thinking like a My Cousin Vinny situation, but no. I rolled a 61, which is decidedly less. It's decidedly over my 8 that you needed.
They didn't have the real skid in 84. That didn't come out till 1986.
Is that all?
No.
This is another thing I love about this game. If this was Pathfinder, I'd be like, no, you have no idea. But there is an opportunity for you to possibly succeed. You roll that extreme, you get a bit of information that might be vital, might not. But yeah, you don't know.
I don't recognize the tracks, but maybe we can go to Blue Star. Maybe someone there saw a car drive by it.
Yeah, check in with Ira.
Was it? Yeah, Ira might have saw something.
Well, we can't do nothing, and I'm getting cold just standing here.
Yeah, Ira's shop. She might have seen something. Let's go in and talk to her.
Even if she didn't see any fancy pants cars, maybe some other weird stuff has been happening over there too. You never know.
All right, so you hoof it in the direction of the Blue Star. It's a little bit of a walk. It's not a walk you make often because, like most of the businesses in and around Crawley, you're not super welcome. There's a stigma attached to living in the Hooverville. Even though everyone's suffering, there's still a caste system, and you guys are at the bottom. And so you kind of give off the air of vagrancy. And you know this,
That's
even
just
as
a
you
stench.
head.
Hard to shake without a shower.
Yep. Especially when you run 4 miles every morning.
But I still kind of like try to brush my hair out with my fingers, and then I've got like an old mink stole that I'm sure used to be like really nice one day, but like it really just kind of looks and smells like roadkill at this point, but I still feel like it makes me feel fancy.
Looks like a weasel, a dead weasel.
Yeah.
Peachy, I think that thing's coming back to life.
You don't listen to her.
Quiet down, Rita.
It's named Rita.
You imagine if she just named all of her furs Rita?
This is Rita 1. This is Rita 2.
Get you away with. All right, so you hoof it in the cold, and it's not like, you don't have great jackets. You don't have a triple fat goose. You're just going there, and you're making your way to the Blue Star, and eventually you get there. It's about a mile walk. So we'll say
Yeah,
it
I
takes you
float
about
like a butterfly
half an
to
hour.
stay warm.
Yeah. It's the building itself is a prefab. It's designed to resemble a railroad car. I mean, they still have these diners. I'm sure they have them all over the world, but I can think of one in Ipswich, Massachusetts. Like if you're going to Ipswich, it looks like an old railroad car. So that's what this one looks like. Aluminum walls, curved ceilings. Peachy from being in there, or if any of you have popped by, maybe when times were better. It has a single counter, fixed stools, bolted into the ground and booths lining one wall. We've all been to this diner. You come in, ding, ding, ding. The bell rings.
Love that sound.
And Ira sees you. She is a willowy, middle-aged woman. She's a willowy, middle-aged woman. She's a willowy, middle-aged woman with this explosion of curly gray hair. And she wears a very neatly pressed waitress uniform. She looks stressed out. She sees you and she kind of comes over and is like, hey, you folks can't be here right now. I'm sorry. And she's looking back at her 3 or 4 customers she has seated at the stool. She's like, I'm happy to send you some leftovers. Didn't you guys get the leftovers I sent you? Anyway, you can't come in here and you're going to scare off what little clientele I have. And she's wringing her hands because you can tell she feels bad, but she also she's trying to protect her business.
Peachy, you gotta ask her. We're not here for any handouts. We're here trying to help people.
Yeah, Ira, we're here on official investigative business.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, you can't come here while we're open.
All right, but
what is it? What is it?
Can you meet us out back or something? It's real important.
And a guy's like, do you just let anybody in here? And she's like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm taking care of it.
Hey, you know what, buddy?
What?
He knows he's got nothing to say. It's like, steps
That's
back
what I
out.
thought. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just pay my tab.
Shut your cabbage-looking face.
What did she say? And it's like, all right, just go out back. Just go out back, sir.
You know what, buddy?
sorry.
I'm not always going to be out here.
Yeah, and there's just
Before we
shouting.
leave, can I size up the clientele and see how nice their shoes look?
Yeah, so as she's shooing you out, you can cast a sideways glance. Give me a spot hidden.
Nope, she's ushering us too fast. Hold on, wait.
You're like, I gotta see the shoes. And she gets you outside. She's like, go around. She looks at you, Penelope. Go around back. I'll be out there in 5 minutes if my clients don't leave.
All right, thanks, Ira. No, we'll be real fast. I promise.
All right. You guys go around back where the dumpster is.
The nerve of that guy.
Snacks.
I know. I want to stick Shirley on him.
Yeah,
I do
you
it
should have
myself,
shown him your
but,
meat hooks.
I'm underweight.
The old 1-2.
Can I just have grabbed maybe half a roll in this trash can? What? My name? And as I'm biting into this stale husk of bread.
Yeah, the smells from the dumpster are oddly alluring. Because you smell food that you're like, I'd eat that. That doesn't look that bad. You can send that to camp.
Stays fresher in the cold.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. A couple minutes later, Ira comes out and she's like, What? You're lucky I was able to hold on to that guy. Do you understand I'm one of the few businesses that is still surviving out here?
I
I'm
know,
doing what
real
I can for
sorry.
you guys. What else are people doing around Crawley for you? Nothing. I'm at least helping. Help me.
No, I know we don't want to be ungrateful or nothing, and we're real. I don't want to cause any more trouble. But there's been some real bad things going on.
There's bad things going on everywhere. What?
I
what
know,
is the
but
problem?
there's missing kids, and then tell her what happened to your friend.
As she says to Preston.
Leo.
Oh no, to Leo.
Oh, it's Al. She's wasting away. It's a terrible thing. We're really down on our luck. Can you help us out?
Oh, we got
Tell us
kids
what you
being
know.
snatched in the night by people with fancy shoes, no less. What are they doing in our neighborhood anyway?
What are you talking about? Kids being snatched? What's happening over there?
Ira, we
None.
got a couple of missing kids, all right? And it looks like they might have gotten picked up out here. Might have got put into a tin can here and taken over toward Arkham down there.
When did this happen?
Last night, early this morning, somewhere in there. People heard some screaming, and then we're trying to track down who was there. We followed some tracks. They got some nice shoes. So we're just looking to know if you had any clientele in the diner late last night, or if you saw any suspicious vehicles sitting out here last night or early this morning.
We got a little boy and a little girl.
Yeah, and they're really nice, too. She's a shy one. She's a sweet kid. Come on.
They've done nothing to nobody.
Stop
The
busting
boy's
my
an
chops.
orphan. An orphan.
I was going to teach Billy how to fight. He asked me. I told him I was going to teach him.
She lights up a cigarette.
The kid's hard boiled.
She's like struggling to light it up, and she's like looking back into the bar, making sure that everything's fine. I'm the only staff here. Well, as you may know, I'm a bit of an insomniac. You know this, Penelope, from the little time that you worked here. It's hard wondering every day if you're going to lose your business. That doesn't help. That'll keep you up at night. But anyways, I was up late last night, just balancing the books. And I did see a black Cadillac 16 drive past. Must have been around 2 a.m. And it was heading out of Crawley. It's the only car I saw all night. I shut the place down around 10. I had a cup of coffee. No wonder I couldn't fall asleep. But then I just said, all right, I'll do some work. And I was sitting by the window, and I did it. I saw a car, and I thought it was strange. I looked. It was right around, 1:45, 2 a.m. The thing is, the only person in Crawley I know that drives a Madam X is Malloy. Roscoe Malloy. I honestly, I didn't think much about it at the time, but it's such a recognizable car.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Do we know who Roscoe Malloy is as well, or?
It's a name you're familiar with. He is one of the more well-to-do people in Crawley. Some people have done well, while others, most, have suffered. You know that there's a person in camp who knows Malloy quite well. His name's Thomas Dolan. He either worked for Malloy or Malloy worked for him. You're not 100% sure what the relationship is, but he knows him a little bit more. Everyone knows of him, enough so that Ira could see that car and be like, that's Roscoe Malloy's car. Black Cadillac 16, Madam X, that's Malloy. And she goes on, she's like, what were you going to say?
I said, did the car just drive by, or did you see it sitting there? Did you see anyone get in or out of it?
No, it just drove by.
Did it drive by real fast, or did it drive by real slow?
It was going at a normal pace. It was too dark to see who was inside, but I'll tell you, I did notice that it looked like it was packed. There were a handful of people in there, and that car only seats 4.
Okay.
Just as I suspected from all the shoe prints. 4 people, 2 kids, gonna get a licking from these 2.
Not the kids, though, right? We're not going to lick the kids.
I don't know. When my fists go flying, it's hard to stop them, Leo, but I'll try.
Wait a minute, who's licking kids? I thought this was... Anyways, listen, I gotta go.
With these old beanbags, you know?
These old hammer claws. Well, listen, I hope that was helpful. Good luck finding those kids. And she reaches back behind the door, and she's like, here, here's a little something to take back to the Hooverville. It's not much, but...
Oh, thank you, Ira.
If people are missing their kids, grieving and eating go hand in hand. Anyways, sorry I acted like that, but please, if you're gonna come, don't come during business hours. Good luck.
We wouldn't have done it unless it was real important, so thank you for taking the time.
I understand.
Yeah, you were a lot of help. And I said it sarcastically, but I meant it earnestly.
I appreciate you were a lot of help.
A lot of help. It's just hard, It's hard out here.
Hard out here for a pimp. She's like,
That's
all right,
right.
good luck. And
What?
she goes back into her restaurant. So I'm sorry.
Is there a car out there? Is there a car at the diner? These guys that are in there?
There's 3 cars.
There's 3
None
cars?
of them are
Are there?
Is one of them Ira's?
one of them you would assume is Ira's. And then the other 2 belong to most likely the customers.
I wonder. Somebody who knows an awful lot about driving cars might know a thing or 2 about getting them started. Leo,
Bob
how
Lyron,
about you
said.
hop on in there and we'll get some Hot Wheels.
Well, Ira, she's known for serving delicious meals that can last for a long time, and maybe certain folks don't need their cars for...
Sure. That meal's so good, it probably takes all your attention. Probably not even looking out the window. You're so focused, on your meal. Was there one table or multiple tables?
There's probably 4 booths, all empty, and 3 men sitting at the counter. You see 3 cars, so either each of these men had a car, or one car is Ira's, and 2 of the men were traveling together.
Well, we could identify Ira's car, right?
Yeah, I would say Penelope can. Yeah, one of the cars is Ira's.
Okay.
All right, well, we can't take Iris over there, but the other 2. But we gotta make this fast. I can't go back to the
steal
Who
Iris'
Scout.
car.
They're gonna eat me alive in there.
No, I don't think we don't really need to be stealing cars, but I think a good slash of the tire. Give him a headache this afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little revenge. Okay.
Fuck those guys.
Oh, I thought we were talking about.
Wait a
thought
minute.
Coyote
Wouldn't
say-
I thought she was
that's
looking to
revenge?
steal one.
Well, I mean, we could, I guess, but it'll put a lot of heat on our back.
Would be able to get down to. I guess we don't know where Molloy lives, right? So I guess we don't know where we're going yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we got to
know
go back to the
about
camp and
Dolan.
talk to Tom.
Yeah, and you would know that like a lot of people hitchhike back and forth to Crawley, even though you're not appeasing to look at, appealing to look at. A lot of people are like hop in. Get in the back
Peachy,
of the truck.
flash a little leg. There's a car coming.
I'm gonna give him gonna show him these gams, and I'll roll up my.
Guy pulls up. Why don't you ditch your friends and hop in?
Why don't you watch your mouth and just take us where we're going?
I'm just
I'm
going to
outta here.
open his back door and hop inside.
Yeah, it's a chance. So are you stealing a car, slashing tires, or going back to the Hooverville, or walking to Crawley?
Hey, listen, if we're gonna die in 4 episodes or less, let's steal the car.
I want to steal this car.
Why not try to hotwire? Why not? See what happens.
Not me though. I don't have that skill set.
Come on, Leo. You know you can do it. You've been in cars.
Yeah, just be a joyride. Fuck these guys.
Will you let me use Drive Auto for that, or is that a different skill?
I mean, I don't think there is a skill that is akin to hotwire, but talk me
Electrical
into it.
repair.
Yeah, there's mechanical
Electrical repair, I thought maybe.
repair, mechanical.
I like
Ooh, I have
electrical.
mechanical
Mechanical
repair.
repair.
Can I try?
Mechanical repair. Yeah,
Hold on.
mechanical repair. Sure.
Let me think. I worked in my uncle's shop. I know a thing or two. I'm going to go for the nicest looking car.
Okay.
God.
Oh, yeah, we got it. 31 on 45.
31,
Nice.
45. All right, so channeling her work in her
Can I
own
just
shop.
keep on the lookout while all this is, just in case?
Yeah, you're standing there, and the car starts up, and the rest of you are trying to pile in, and that guy that was giving you grief comes out. You're able to intercept him, and he's like, excuse me, I thought I heard my car out there. He says to you, Penelope.
Oh, that was probably just somebody's indigestion on the counter. Like the food here is really good. Can I just try?
No, come on, Toots. I thought my car makes a very specific sound. Let me just want to make sure everything's
Come
all right.
on, you don't want to go do that. It's cold outside. Wouldn't
Give
you
me a
rather
charm.
go in and have like a really nice hot cup of coffee or something? As I try to do something
me-
to say be charming.
Yeah, maybe a charm. It sounds like charm, but
give him a
I'll
little
persuade
wink.
if you prefer that. Yeah, charm or persuade, whatever you like.
Yeah. Which
You
one
guys
is
are stealing his car.
stealing? I think I'll try to charm him.
Okay.
All of us are like crouched behind the wheel.
That is a not a critical success. What is the next one above it called again? Just a hard success.
A hard success.
Hard success.
Yes,
Extreme?
yes.
Extreme
I
success?
rolled extreme success. Rolled 22.
And he's just like, all right, honey. I'll go back to the counter. Maybe you want to join me for a cup of coffee?
Why
My
don't
wife
you
won't
keep
be
a
back in
seat
town
warm
for
for
weeks.
me, and I'll come join you in a minute.
All right. All right, I
And
will.
I will bolt the hell out of there.
Okay, he goes back. He's like, Jade, there's a woman outside. And the door shuts. And you guys hop into the car that you've stolen and take off.
I hop into the driver's seat and then I say, "Who knows how to drive?" And then I scoot over to let Leo in.
All right. I'm going to try to get us out of here nice and easy without drawing too much attention.
Nice and
How
easy.
hard can it be, Leo? Just act like you're a driver.
So what is the plan? Where are you driving?
Back to
think we-
camp for a celebration.
camp.
Just roll into camp
check
with a car
out
and be
these
like,
wheels.
"Woo!" hanging out the window.
Kids are gone. Albertine's dying. Party!
Time is of the essence. We got to talk to Tom. We got to take the car.
We
It's the
do.
fastest way.
Yeah, we do.
All right,
We
so you
should talk
just-
to Tom.
You slow roll out of there, try and make it sound like a Prius backing out, and then you just peel off and go towards the Hooverville. Oh, Buck.
I put on the man's very nice driving gloves that he left on the dash.
Can't believe you guys just stole a car.
Snazzy.
You steal the car, you roll into the Hooverville, and as you're driving in, everyone is like coming out of their camps and they look a little nervous. It's not every day that, not that like this is a nice car, but like cars don't just come rolling in. Nobody here owns a car. They had to sell it to survive. So you come flying in and you park, you get out. What do?
Can we park right in front of old Tommy Boy Dolan's tent?
Yeah. So I'll say you guys know of him. He is a heavyset guy, bald, big bushy mustache. He like we said before, he's got one suit and it doesn't fit very well, so it's pretty clear, like a lot of people, that he's lost a lot of weight. It's baggy on him. He looks like an old salesman, and he's also known for starting to drink early in the day. So you pull up to his shack. It's got just cardboard boxes and like wood panels all put together to just form something that can survive the elements. And he's sitting outside and he's just drinking out of a unmarked bottle. And he looks up at you. "Hey, what's going on?"
Tom, you got a minute? I'm sorry, we got to bother you. We got a question for you, pal.
All I got is time these days, right? That's all we got until we don't.
I'm gonna stand
You said it.
behind Preston and just start punching my hand.
Just
Are
already
there-
starting the intimidation tactics.
I got one skill.
How could I miss this? Literally, the translation of "you said it" on the sheet is "you shred it, wheat."
Shred it, wait.
You
Shred it. Wait. Are there any looky-loos about? Any people that have very much saw us pull up in this car that is not ours?
Any
Rolled
stool
up in this
pigeons
car.
standing around trying
That's
to?
what I was gonna say. If there's anybody around within earshot, I'm gonna say, all right, nobody saw nothing, because any stool pigeons is gonna have to answer to Shirley.
Points to her outfit.
She has a very specific set of skills.
We should name it. I got Lucy and I got Ethel.
Yeah. Yeah. Lucy and Ethel gonna get real acquainted with your faces.
People back
Those
off.
names have no connection to me. They do sound intimidating.
They all sort of slowly gather as you pull in. Once you come out, there's a little bit of a backing off, and after Penelope speaks, they're like, "You know what? Like that line from The Spanish Prisoner. Hey, if it's so secret, I don't want to know." And they walk away. And you're just standing there with this guy who's already a little drunk at 8 in the morning.
Hey, Tommy boy.
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
question for you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not 100% certain on this. We're really speculating at this point. Hey, we're off the record, pal. All right, this
Hey.
is just two guys talk.
That's all
Two
we
guys
are.
talk. We got reason to think it's possible that Roscoe Malloy might have something to do with these missing kids. Now, I said it's possible. We don't know for sure. We just know that his car was passing through here late last night. And I know you know.
Wait. I heard about the kids. I just figured they were off playing. There's kids missing? Gone?
Yeah, two of them.
We tried to find them. Nobody
Whose
can find
kids?
them. Maureen's
Esther
and,
and Billy.
the orphan kid. He's nobody's kid. He's his own man.
Oh,
He's our kid.
Bobby Spitzu.
He's our kid. Yeah.
Bobby Spitzu. All right. Well, what is Malloy gonna do with this?
He was seen here late last night. His car drove by pretty close.
Yeah.
You saw him? You saw Roscoe Malloy?
I didn't see him, as I said. We're speculating here. We got one wit says they saw him.
Roscoe Malloy.
I think that we might want to explore
We
this
saw
a little
his
deeper,
car.
and I'm wondering if you know where he lives, and if he's into
Who is
anything
he?
shady.
What is he? What does he do?
Listen.
Yeah.
I got no love for Roscoe Malloy, but this doesn't sound like his M.O. I know.
Didn't you work for Roscoe, or did he work for you? Who's the butter and egg man in this situation?
No, he worked for me. Malloy worked for me. He was a laborer, carried boxes. He didn't have any education. He worked for me. He loaded trucks in one of my factories.
Well, how come he's doing so nice right now?
What's he doing with a Cadillac 16?
That's what I'd like to know. Guy was a fine worker. He kept his nose to the ground. He showed up on time. He did his job. Didn't make too much noise. I own a bunch of factories. That's the kind of worker I want. I didn't pay much attention to him. But then when the crash hit, I lost everything. I lost all my factories, all my properties, my home, my wife. That probably wasn't the crash's fault so much. Collateral damage, you might say. Takes a sip of his drink. Anyway, this Malloy fella, maybe he hit big on the ponies or something, because before I know it, he comes swooping in, buys up all my factories. All my factories. They used to work carrying boxes, cleaning the pisser. And that was just the beginning. I heard he owns a bunch of real estate all around town. He even owns the Crawley Grand Hotel. I think he's got a suite there. You know, I took my wife there once. Back in the day, he gets close and you can smell the, homemade wine on his breath. It's like, I took my wife there once for our anniversary. It's a beautiful hotel. I don't know. And some people fall, others rise. I try not to take it personally, but it's like, the more I think about it, it's like he took my life. I wouldn't be surprised if he's banging my wife, too. Now, I definitely don't envy him. But stealing kids, I don't know.
You know where we can find him or where he hangs around?
I think he lives.
We can find him at the hotel.
Crawley
He lives-
Grand Hotel.
He lives
One
there as
more
far
question.
as
Does he seem like the sort of fella who would have sold his soul to make a buck?
I know. He must have sold something. You don't just get rich while everybody else is getting poor if you're not doing something dirty.
Yeah, like that Rita Hayworth. She knows what she did.
He sobers up real quick. What?
Ethel's just waiting for Rita.
We all nod along, empathize.
Yeah, Preston just like under his breath.
Listen,
Well,
you gotta let me know how it goes. I don't think that's his jam, but you'll probably find him there.
Is there?
Thanks
could
a
I feel
lot,
like
Tommy. I just put
Hey,
my hand on Tommy's shoulder and I'm like, listen, thanks a lot, buddy. And hey, do yourself a favor, all right? Don't make hooch out of ketchup no more, all right?
You're nice. You're very nice, and I appreciate you being nice to me. And his hand lingers on yours just a little too long until you have to pull it away.
Take that.
I was thinking about going up to his other shoulder and reaching for his hooch, and then as soon as she says ketchup,
Ketchup ferments at a different speed than grapes.
You could probably pour it into this tin can, get it running.
Look, there's nothing we need here. Let's hop back in our wheels.
Yeah.
Your hot wheels.
In these hot wheels.
Let's get to the hotel. Don't give him any time to, make up another story. Or it's possible his car is just stolen. Let's keep our options open, okay? And Preston's just like writing all this down. He's got a little ratty notepad that he carries around, taking notes. And he
shouldn't
wants
leave
to
this-
get there as soon as possible.
Why?
Yeah, we shouldn't leave this car out in the open anywhere for too long. Maybe we should be a little more mindful where we park it when we get to Crawley.
Yeah. Or we just take another car. Don't leave a paper trail or whatever.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
gotta switch the plates.
While we're here, though, can I grab my shotgun so that we may have it in the car?
It's good to have. Good to have. You know, I made one of you guys roll to see how many bullets you had left. Was it Joe or was it Matthew?
That would be me.
It was Matthew. Matthew's got one bullet. Let's see how many shells you got left, just for shits and gigs. When you go to grab your shotgun, you reach under your little mattress and you find 2 shotgun shells.
Ooh.
Shell cells.
By the shotgun shore.
She sells shotgun shells by the shotgun shore.
Now, there's several different shotguns listed in the book. Do you want to roll for which one, or does it matter?
No, you can pick.
All right. Whichever one does the most damage.
Whatever it does. God, wait a minute. Yeah, and this
Guess you're
was like
riding up
something
front.
you held over from your saloon days. Like when you were running the bar, you had this behind the bar as your equalizer, just in case things got out of hand. All right, so
Girl's
with
gotta protect herself.
stolen car, a shotgun, a revolver,
Let's call it borrowed.
the borrowed
Yeah.
car.
We was
You're
going to
head
give it
to
back.
Crawley?
Yeah, I'm
Straight
also
to
going
the Crawley
to.
Grand Hotel.
I'm going to leave Dizzy in camp with somebody I trust because I don't think they're going to let dogs in the hotel. So
Okay.
he's just trying to, make it so he doesn't have to wait outside, and he's going to leave Dizzy in camp.
Okay.
I peek in on Albertine just to see if she's still here before we go.
And the
Maureen will
doctor,
watch him.
the doctor just turns to you and is like, You should say goodbye.
She's not gone yet, Doc. She's not gone yet.
I'm gonna do everything I can to.
You keep her alive, Doc. You keep her
ease-
alive.
Okay, I'll do everything I can.
And before he can think about it too much, Leo just gets in the car and
Maybe they have the cure at the Granville or the Grand
Grand
Crawley
Crawley.
Hotel.
All right, so you pull out of the Hooverville. Wide shot of the car, the stolen car, pulling away from the Hooverville. It gets to the Arkham Road. Instead of turning towards Arkham, the direction that you walked to go to the Blue Star, you go the other way, towards Crawley. You're chugging along, and eventually you get into town. On your way there, you pass by those old mills. No smoke coming out of the pipes. But then you get into town, and town is nice enough. Not a lot of people roaming around. Not a lot of people with money to spend. But it does feel like civilization, whereas where you are is anything but. You pull up to the Grand Crawley Hotel, or do you park around the corner so no one sees your car? What do you do?
that.
That one. B.
Yeah, pull
You
into
mean
an
we don't want to
alleyway.
valet it?
Yes.
All right, I drop everyone
Pardonnez-moi.
off, and then I go park the car and walk back.
You park the car, you walk up to the hotel, and there's a bellhop there, and he looks at you like, you're not supposed to be here, but he isn't really in a position to tell you to leave. So he just kind of waits a second, and then it's like, oh, and he opens the door.
We have an appointment.
Please,
Yeah.
welcome to the Grand Crawley.
I'm
And
gonna throw my shoulders back and march straight up to the front desk and say,
straighten my
I'm
straighten my
looking for
boat."
Malloy. What's his room number?
Just bing, 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 bing on the bell. That's, I'm
guy
assuming
comes-
there.
there is a bell, yes. Ping, ping, ping. Where's my lawyer? Guy comes over, he's like, pardonnez-moi. We are not giving out money to you. You cannot be in here.
I can't, Frenchie. I know you're not from Paris.
Sacre bleu! Why would you say such things? I came over here to make a better life for myself and my family. I got a job at one of the best hotels in town. Now, what
We
is
go to high
your...
school together.
I don't know what you're talking about. Penelope?
Penelope?
Hey, just listen. I got this job because they think I'm French.
You look great.
Thank you. You look good too. I mean, you've looked better, but it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, but like I have to. My boss is right over there. Ah, I said, get out.
That's not really good customer service. Where's your manager?
Sorry. Yes, he looks at his manager. I'm getting them out. I'm so sorry. You cannot be in here. And he comes around the desk. I do apologize. If you are not guests of the hotel, you must depart. And he's kind of.
Excuse me. I think there's been a misunderstanding here. I have an appointment with Mr. Forgot his name already. Roscoe Malloy. With Mr. Roscoe Malloy. I am a columnist with the Lawrence Daily Eagle. And we are supposed to meet today. He's doing an interview about one of his factories. It was a fire, and he wants to be heard on the record before this article goes up. So I know it's urgent that I talk to him now, because if his words don't get in here, he's going to get a lot of heat, I'm telling you.
The guy's trying to hold you back, and the manager comes over and is like, excuse me, I'll take care of this, Mauricio. What is the problem? Mr. Malloy does not have any appointments with the Lawrence Tribune.
But perhaps he doesn't, but he does have one with the Lawrence Daily Eagle, buddy. Now let me tell you something.
Oh, as a matter of fact, he does. Come
Exactly.
this way. No, he.
Well, who are
Mr.
you,
Malloy's
sir? Who
not-
am I talking to? You assistant? You keep his schedule? Is that who I'm talking to? Because listen, I need to talk to people that are in charge around here. I can't be wasting my time with people that don't know what's going on.
No, you are talking to the person in charge. I'm the manager of this hotel. And Mr. Malloy does not have any appointments today, and he's not seeing any visitors. So if you don't have an appointment with him, I'm sorry, I can't really help you.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And why is that?
Interesting.
And why is that?
Because Mr. Malloy, I'm telling you, he's coming under a little heat here, and the Eagle's going to run this report whether he talks or not. And if he doesn't talk, I'm telling you, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So can I get your name, sir, so I can write down exactly who it was that said he had no comment on this fire?
My name is Benjamin Wilthorpe.
Benjamin.
Shut up.
Wilthorpe.
That's my name. He says,
shut up.
He says to you, Benjamin Wilthorpe. That's right. B-E, you know how to spell Benjamin. Wilthorpe, W-I-L-T-H-O-R-P-E. And what trouble is Mr. Malloy in? This heat you mentioned.
Well, ironic, and I'm not trying to be cute here, but he had a factory fire there. 2 people were killed, one man and one young woman, and it's a bit of a scandal, if I'm honest, and I really don't think you need to get wrapped up in this, buddy. You don't want your name in the paper on this one. So I'd like to roll a fast talk, which is like being deceptive to try to get somebody off kilter and just kind of
I was hoping you would. All right, I'm going to say, give me a regular success, and let's see what happens. That might be enough to throw this guy off guard.
Okay. That is a 59 under 75.
Ooh. Hold here just a moment. And he goes around the desk, looks at Mauricio. He's like, he steps up, and you see him, like, ring the phone. Yeah. Fire. I see. All right. Well, good thing. He comes back over. He's like,
Does he want to meet down here or in his suite?
I spoke to Mr. Malloy, and he says that all of his factories are fine, and you see his eyes kind of darting past you. And when you turn around, you notice that there are 4 men carrying big boxes out, and they're carrying them to a van parked outside, like a moving van. Mr. Malloy has assured me that all of his factories are fine, and he appreciates you coming to let him know if there was possibly a problem, but there is no problem, so you'll just have to take your leave, as it were. But thank you for visiting the Grand Crawley. Yes, madam?
I want to grab Leo and just bolt outside, not make eye contact with the dudes, but just go straight to where he parked the car and get it revved up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you peel off while Penelope and Preston hang there and talk to this guy. It's like,
We do lots of eye signals to communicate this non-verbally.
So please see yourselves out, and thank you for visiting the Grand Crawley. Please come again as guests, preferably.
So just so I know, for the coppers here, it's Benjamin Wilthorpe. Is that right? Am I Wilthorp? I'm spelling that right?
There's no reason to get the police involved, but yes, it is
Okay,
Benjamin
well,
Wilthorpe.
if they come by, I'll tell them who to ask for. I'm sorry. When they come by, I'll tell them who to ask for. Thank you, Benjamin.
And as I'm
Enjoy
walking
the rest
out,
of your day and the short time you have left outside of prison.
And he flusters, walks back behind.
and as we're walking out, I'm like,
You ought to give that front desk fella a raise. He's really good.
and I give him a wink before before heading out because let's go follow that van.
Yeah, the Frenchie was really helpful.
All right, so you guys go to the car.
So we
you
get outside
see-
of there, we just start sprinting to catch up.
Oh, we were coming to pick you up.
Oh, sweet. Right.
We
We'll
peel
casually
into
walk
the
down the
circular
street.
drive.
To go with Leo's driving gloves, maybe I found some driving goggles in the glove
I was hoping they had
compartment.
goggles in the car.
Ready. Very steampunky.
All right,
I'm
so
a motorist.
you pull around, you grab them, and you want to wait until this van takes off and trail it.
Yep.
Know it.
All right. You wait. An hour passes.
What?
I thought
And
this was
it's
going to
just-
be a high-speed chase.
Yeah,
More-
I mean, what did they do? What did you
honk?
see? There were
More
four
people
of them?
they're coming out and they're putting more boxes into the truck.
Can I identify the boxes? Like, is it
yeah,
a
you can
kind
just
of
see-
box that's
It looks like a cardboard box with tape on it. Looks like someone's moving.
shipping boxes, basically?
As someone...
Is there? Oh, sorry. Is
Does
there
the driver
enough
stay
time?
in the car? Oh, God.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Does the driver stay in the car as the four dudes are going in and out? Fellas.
Sometimes he comes out and helps if there's a heavy item, but it's pretty clear that someone is moving out of the Grand Crawley.
Okay. I was along the same lines. If there's like timed intervals where people are not around that car, if we can go snoop around a bit.
Could I talk to them?
What?
Listen, we stole a car. Let's do.
Hey, I'm just saying, average Joe. Can I just walk by like I'm walking down the street and be like,
you
hey,
guys,
buddy?
you guys
Yes,
peel out of
methods.
there hoping that you can catch this car before it takes off. You get in the car and you're ready to go and you realize the car's not going anywhere. So you hang out and you watch and you plot and you think maybe we can go up there and
Steal that car.
steal that car, switch it out with this one. And Preston's like, wait, what if I just go talk to him? And so you roll out and you come up to the movers. As you're walking up, two guys are carrying like an easy chair and gently putting it in the back. And the guy looks over at you. Starts to
Afternoon,
walk away.
fellas. Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm just, well, you know, a lot of us have been a little down on their luck, but not this guy. This guy's coming back, baby. I just got
All
rehired and I'm looking for a
right.
play. All right. I'll keep it to a shorter story.
You just look like a vagrant coming up to them. Like, listen, and the guy's like, I don't have any change, man. I'm sorry. Let's turn around.
No, hey, buddy, I don't need it. I'm not asking anymore. Those days are behind me. Now, all I'm focused on is moving on and moving up in this world, and I can tell, looks like you got somebody moving out of a unit here, and I'm buying. I'm interested. So, is somebody moving out? Should I talk to the proprietor here?
A guy looks at you and he realizes like he can't afford a place in the Grand Crawley. He looks at you in your threadbare suit, patched up with cigarette holes that have little patches stitched over it, and he's like, "No, man, no, yeah, somebody's moving out." And he starts to turn again.
Well, what unit is it? Like I said, I'm just looking to rent here. I hit big on the ponies. I'm moving on up. Chain Lightning the other night. He hit it big, and I put it all on the line. The whole savings, everything I had left. I got it. So I'm ready for the Grand, whatever this is called, hotel. Grand Crawley.
The Grand whatever hotel.
Whatever this place is. It looks beautiful. I want to live here.
The Grand Budapest. Give me a fast talk. Give me another fast talk. Fast talk and high pants.
It's the best thing I got going. 20 under 75.
Guy's like, listen, man, the guy who owns this place is moving out. He's got like a gig or something in the Cape. He's going down there to be more hands-on with the business down in the Cape. We're just loading the trucks.
Great.
Listen, me and my buddies can't afford his suite. Unless you're really high rolling, you're not gonna be able to afford it either. We gotta go load this truck up. Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe I'll have you guys over sometime for a party. Anyway, best of luck with you moving.
Great, thanks, man. And
Hey,
he just goes.
wait a minute, sir. How
So,
about
Shirley's coming up
$2
as
if
well.
I move the next box for you, and I flex for him? You look
All right,
like
I'll be
you
on
need
my
a
way.
break.
And I just leave like I don't know her.
Hey, guys, no, thank you, man. We got. Wait a minute.
Watch what I can do. I'm gonna pick up the armchair and just sort of show how I can hold
Spin
it with
it on
one
one
hand.
finger. like a Harlem Globetrotter. with a vessel. He's like, oh, listen, you're gonna hurt yourself. He's like, wait a minute. I know you. Are you a boxer?
How about you ask Lucy and Ethel?
You are a boxer. I saw you one night in a bar. There was like a bar, and they just put you and some other dame in the ring, and everybody was just throwing money in there. You guys beat the shit out of each other. You're not like a real boxer, are you?
I remember that night. You know that club owner? Oh, he made me so mad he didn't want to pay me. So I gave him a boxing lesson of his own afterwards. Then he paid up.
Well, it's tough out there. Good luck. Good luck rising through the ranks. And the guys just like, pah, they laugh and they roll up.
Hey,
While this is happening,
Hey.
Penelope and Leo take off. Start a life together.
Penelope steals her own car, and then the two of them
Let's drive.
caravan out of town.
what are the chances we could take a look, like while this distraction is happening, we
Yeah.
could maybe get a look in
I'd
some
start
of those boxes?
reenacting the fight.
All right. What is our stealth equivalent here in?
Is it perhaps stealth?
They're stealth.
It is
And
stealth, right?
I'll get behind the wheel of our car. If they
Okay.
got out to check out boxes, I left. I'm going to go back just in case we have to hop in and go.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a bonus die because I'll say that them laughing at Shirley provides enough of a distraction for you to come and take a quick peek. So roll the tens die twice and take the better of the two.
Stealth, right?
Yeah. If are both of you sneaking up, both
Yeah.
Penelope and Leo. Okay, you both get the bonus.
Of
Okay.
the 10 die added
Yeah, roll the
to?
tens die twice and just take the better of the two.
14, which is a hard success for me.
Okay. What about
I
old
rolled
Peachy?
I forgot for a second that rolling low is good. I rolled a 13.
Wow. What'd you roll again, Leo?
14.
14. Wow, lucky 13 and lucky 14. So yeah, is that a hard success for you, Penelope?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, so you just hear them go. They were just fighting each other in the middle of the bar. The guys are cracking up, and you sneak up, and there are a couple boxes there. Take a look inside. You know you only got a couple of seconds here before somebody sees you. It's all mundane shit. This guy is moving out of the Grand Crawley. In a
I'm
hurry.
gonna punch the guy that just laughed at me.
Give him a wallop.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a zinger from Lucy.
He doesn't see this coming, so just roll to hit him. Roll a
I'm a fresh
brawl.
one.
or yeah, brawl, right?
I'd like to spend one luck for this
Spend it.
punch to land.
Go for it, yeah.
Oh, I hit him. Just barely. 85 on 85.
What kind of damage are we talking here?
Uh-oh.
Do you have a damage die for your...
okay.
I can't remember. I feel like you guys all had base damage.
Yeah.
Are we rounding up or down on a D3 when you roll a D6?
On a D...
Because I did 5.5 points of damage.
5.5, you can round up to 6. So you really, the guy's like laughing. He's like, she turned, boom! You hit him, and he stumbles to the ground. And his buddy is like, oh shit. And then he starts laughing at his buddy. He's like, she just knocked you on your ass. And the guy's embarrassed. And he's like, hey, come on. And you guys hear Leo and Penelope hear this all go down, and you realize, we got to get out of here. These guys are going to see what's going on. And the guy's like, the fuck? Get out of here. Why don't you get out of here? Good luck with your boxing career.
I grabbed something
Teach you not
expensive
to
looking.
laugh at a lady fighter.
Oh, and the guy's holding his jaw like you broke his jaw, and his buddy is like, oh, man, she smacked you. And you all peel back to the car.
I try to grab the most expensive looking item in the box before we go.
Oh yeah, let's
Okay.
loot something. We got it.
So, you petty thieves, you stole in a car and you steal a statuette that looks like that's worth money.
Car is grand larceny.
Grand larceny.
Grand
and,
thieves.
A priceless heirloom you steal, and you slip back to the car. So whatever's going on with Roscoe, he is getting out of town. The word on the street, if the movers are to be believed, or at least the story they know, is that he's got a job opportunity in Cape Cod that requires a little more hands-on. So he's moving there indefinitely, maybe. You can't see him. He can't be seen.
Should we
What do
go
you
to
do
one
now?
of his factories, maybe?
This guy steals a couple kids and then he packs up boxes to go to Cape Cod? Something's not adding up here.
Sounds suspicious.
How
Unless he
far
got
is
in with
Cape
the wrong
Cod?
people. And he's trying to get out of town fast, because he's in over his head.
Yeah.
Cape Cod's is across the U from Boston.
How far is it? Would be
How far is Cape Cod?
Hour and a half, 2 hours from here. It's far. So it's the type of thing that, like, if you know, it doesn't seem like these guys are leaving right now. It's tough call, because if you go down that route and it isn't fruitful, you're 4
kids are
hours
dead.
out of your way. Kids,
yeah.
kids might be dead.
It'll be
Here's
a
what's
trip for
going on.
biscuits or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be a trip for biscuits.
Albertine's
thing
about
is
to
you're
eat the
in-
biscuits, if you know what I mean. Some real dusty ones. So maybe we need to go check in at the hospital and see if they've got anything good that they're holding out on us about. There's also the old theater. I don't know, something about those creepy puppets in the story we heard made me think maybe
yeah,
the theater's
right.
the place to go.
Where's his car? The
Oh,
Cadillac.
yeah. Is
it
the
not?
Cadillac in the parking lot?
You don't see the Cadillac now.
Raspberries.
We saw it. Oh, well,
Raspberries.
Ira saw it heading toward Arkham.
Yeah, the last you heard was that Madam X was heading in the direction of Arkham, outside of the city limits. But you
We could
are in
drive to Arkham.
Crawley now, and you know you have all the businesses and stuff in here. If there's something you wanted to do, and a hot car.
I mean, we
Is
could
the-
drive to Arkham and see if anyone saw the car there.
What of the theater and the hospital are either of those in Crawley or are those in Arkham?
Well, the theater, the one that from
The Colonial.
the Colonial, that's in Boston, so that's
Right.
going to be that's almost as far as the Cape from where you are. And then what was the other one? The hospital. Hospital's close by. Hospital, police station, town hall. Everything is all your main businesses are right here in this small little town.
You know, maybe the old coppers know something about these stolen kids. I mean, if it hasn't been reported, maybe we're supposed to report it.
You want us to go in a stolen car to a police station?
After
After
I
you
just
just hit a guy.
assaulted that man. Maybe not. Great point.
Hold
I
on.
must have knocked something loose in all these fights.
I do like, however, I think the hospital's a great idea. Also, the theater's really, there's something about those puppets is real creepy.
Yeah, the puppets, that's got me interested too. I wonder if there's something that just a little old-fashioned research couldn't figure out. Is there, I'm just trying to think, like, is there a way, there has to be a limited amount of known ventriloquist performers.
Yeah, vaudeville.
So is there like a place where we could track this? Like, I'm thinking like library use. Like, is there a history of newspapers or of anything? I mean, it seems like it's so dense to like try to look through that, but I don't know. Just some way, is there a theater in town here? Is there a small place where people perform puppetry? Is there a puppetry school here?
There's a small playhouse, the Crawley Playhouse, that has been closed down for the past year and a half. So there are no more performances in town. It was just like basically a mom and pop theater that locals would put shows on.
Would I be able to roll an art/craft to maybe recognize famous dummies, famous ventriloquists?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
absolutely.
how many acts can there be around here?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you'd spent some time here before your show closed down, and you've been here for a while. You know, maybe you're going out and trying to like sneak in at intermission to some of these shows. You have your ear to the ground for your next big ticket.
All right, hard success, 17 under 55.
You have not heard of any famous ventriloquists or vaudevillian performers that do something like that.
Didn't one of them say something about, wasn't it Harvey saying something about the doctors being
in on
all
it, that they're
twisted
spreading
in
the
on it?
disease.
Yeah, one of the guys' theories at the campfire, where they was spouting off their theories, like, the doctors, they come here. They're the faceless men. They come and they infect us. That's why they won't treat us when we go there.
Well, maybe there's something to that at the hospital.
Sure, we can go to the hospital and take a look around.
Sounds like the best idea we have.
Just worried about these kids. I mean, we have reason to believe they were picked up in a car that's not here. Where's the car? And the guy that we know owns the car is leaving town. Just, I want to keep an eye on this guy. But yeah, it sounds like he's holding up for now, so we could check out the hospital.
Raspberries.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
raspberries.
do we just let this guy go to Cape Cod? Is that it? Is that
I think
that's the
he's-
end of that line?
I don't think
He's
he's
not
here.
even here as far as we know. All we found is his stuff in a nice statuette.
Well, he called him, didn't he? He said, I spoke to Mr. So-and-so. Mr. Malloy.
You know what we could do? We could also try to break into the hotel or slip in through like a back entrance, a servant's entrance, and make our way up to the penthouse.
Oh, I like that idea. Only because it's dangerous.
I do have an excellent disguise. I could try to make it seem like servants.
I have a disguise, too.
I maybe should watch the car. Those movers probably aren't going to be happy to see me.
As you're sitting there, a cruiser rolls by.
I duck down low.
Kind of slows down near your vehicle. Goes around the corner and parks.
We get out of the car. We get out of the car and go around back.
Wait, we gotta drive. We gotta drive away. You just gonna leave the car here? Gotta get this Hot
I think
Wheels
we've
out
been
of
made.
here.
I guess we could run. We could lead a high-speed chase through the middle of Crawley.
He parked. He's getting out. He's coming to talk to us. We better drive off.
It could be nothing. It could be nothing. Nobody panic. Nobody panic.
Act
You might just be
natural.
picking up a bagel. Everybody relax.
We're newlyweds on our way to Earth's capital.
That's right.
Plus, the best start for a high-speed chase would be for us to drive away while he's 100 feet from his car. Just sit
That's
here,
what
wait
I'm
a minute.
saying.
All right. All right.
Cruiser is
And
just
I
sitting there.
still wore white no matter what anybody said.
Everybody be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool.
All right. Are we going back to the hotel or are we going to the hospital?
That's a good question.
I vote hospital. That hotel seemed like a dead end.
It's hospital.
All right. Hospital.
All right, you found out a little information there. Not the information you wanted, obviously, but something's amiss. Roscoe Malloy is moving out. Moving out. You head to L'Hôpital, Bentham Hospital. You know as residents of the Hooverville, that Dr. Coombs used to be the director of this hospital. When hard times fell, he lost his job, and Dr. Cavendish took over. Dr. Cavendish, from what you've spoken to, you all have different relationships with Dr. Coombs, but let's just say you know that, like, he sends some medical supplies to Dr. Coombs from time to time. Kind of, the sense you get is that he sneaks them to him, that he's not really supposed to be doing that. Because yet again, like all of these businesses, they don't really want your kind around here. But Cavendish seems nice enough to try to help out. So you pull up near Bentham. It's on Tanner Street. It's set back in its own small, well-kept grounds. Brown brick building and an arched main entrance. It's flanked by 2 gray stone columns. Exit your vehicle. You walk in. There's a nurse on duty at reception, and she stands up immediately when you get in. You're like, oh, this is what always happens. She's like, I'm sorry, you can't be in here. I'm sorry, we cannot have your kind in here right now. There are sick people.
You all took Hippocratic oaths.
What did you call me?
You all have to. You cannot turn us away.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We cannot have you in here. I'm gonna have to call the orderlies if you're not gonna leave. You cannot be in here.
Actually, I was hoping to apply for a job to mop the floors.
Well, I can. Do you have a resume? Do you have something I can give to my boss?
Absolutely. Come here. Let me tell you about my resume. And I put an arm around her and turn her away from the rest of the group, and start. Okay, so I was born in a small town outside of Crawley. Not Crawley. You maybe have heard of it. It's called, well, it's got a lot of names. I call it Brownville, but that was because of the color of the water.
Ma'am, and she's just like, ma'am, this isn't a resume. You're just telling me a story. I'm sorry, you cannot be in here. I'm under strict orders not to allow any of your kind in here, and I do apologize. I know times are tough, but you cannot be inside of Bentham. We have people that are sick, people that are dying. I need you to leave. Please don't make me call the orderlies. Please.
There are people that are dying outside of Bentham, too.
I'm very sorry for that. There are people dying everywhere. You cannot be in this hospital. And she's like really strung up about this. She's like, please don't make me call the orderlies.
I so badly want to like sneak into a closet Scooby-Doo style and come out with nurses' uniforms.
She's like, I'm the doctor and I say they can stay.
I want to try and distract her so my friends can make it further into the building and maybe find like a nurse's station or something.
Okay. What do you want to roll to try and keep her focused on you for a second?
Wow. You know, the only thing I'm good at is punching and intimidating. But for the purposes of this...
Watch me hit this IV bag.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to cause a scene more than anything. So, what do I want to roll? I don't know. Anybody have ideas?
Occult.
I'm having a hard time here. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm the one
I
who needs to
think,
distract, and I don't know how to do it.
What
I want to intimidate her, or maybe I'll.
No, intimidate might be enough to...
Listen, I'm going to tell you about Brownville, also known as Hoovertown. Yeah, we got a 50 on a 60.
50 on a 60. And she's like, listen, I'm just doing my job, all right? You're not supposed to be here. Those are the rules.
What do you know about the wasting disease?
About the what?
How people are just wasting away. You've got to know something.
I don't know anything. As she's like looking perplexed and intimidated by you and cowing to you as you show show of force, a guy comes up in a white coat and he's like, Nurse Doris, what's the problem here? And she's like, I don't know. They've barged in here, and I told them they cannot be here. And he just looks at all of you, and he's like, "It's Nurse. I'll take care of this. Can I help you? My name is Dr. Cavendish. What seems to be the problem? The nurse said you can't be here. She's just following orders. You really can't be here.
We have a problem.
And why
Doc.
is that, Doctor?
This guy is, he's friendly, he's very calm, he's very to the point, jowly guy, thinning gray hair, cold blue eyes. He's got a tweed jacket you can see peeking out from underneath the lab coat. And he's just like, a little flustered when you ask that. He's like, those are the rules. We can't have, people, and he's trying to find the words, people like yourselves here. I know you know Dr. Coombs, and I do what I can to help, to try and help him. I know he's fallen on hard times, and I'm very sorry for that. And so I do what I can. I'm sure that helps your whole area, but you cannot be inside of Bentham. And he's kind of looking at you wide-eyed. You cannot be.
You know
here.
about it, don't you? You know what's happening, right?
What? About what? What?
We're turning to dust, Doctor.
Something really awful's happening, and I know you gotta know about it.
I don't know.
Albertine Ricks was a beautiful dancer. And now her hand crumbled to dust in my own.
He's wringing his hands and he's like, I don't know who that is, but crumbling to dust. I'm not supposed to treat you, but maybe you could, if you brought her here, I could try and
How could I bring her here? I took her hand. It crumbled to dust, Doctor.
I don't know.
What do you mean you're not supposed to help her? What is that supposed to mean? Like my friend here said, you took a Hippocratic oath. You mean you're not supposed to help her? And he's just trying to get at the bottom of what this guy's lying about.
Give me a persuade roll.
Can I aid or can I?
Yeah, it's not really
how that works?
an aid, but you can roll as well and see how the successes fall.
All the successes that will rain down. Okay, let's see how they are. Ooh, got it. 30 under 50.
I got it as well. 34 under 35.
Ooh.
And what did you say right before you tried to persuade?
I just said, well, why can't you take care of us? Why are you not supposed to take care of us? We're sick people. That's what you do. That's your job.
Who's giving the orders?
Yeah. Who's calling the shots around here?
He says, I know what my job is. And I'm trying the best I can. He looks to make sure no one's around. He's like, but we are under strict instruction not to allow anyone from the Hooverville here.
Why?
You cannot be treated by our staff.
Instruction from whom?
The people that call the shots, the people that own this place. I don't know.
The people that own this place, you don't know? I find that hard to believe, Doctor. Come on. Who owns this place?
Listen, I'm trying to help. You bring this sick person here, you bring your sick people, I'll find a way to get them in. But please, these type of questions are going to get everybody in trouble. Just go, sneak them here at night. I'll meet you, I'll get them in here, but I cannot admit you. I shouldn't even be seen talking to you. I don't know who's watching.
Hey, if we were to sneak in here at night, where would be the best spot?
If you wanted to bring someone to be looked at, you could bring them to the back. I usually leave around 10 p.m. I could try to if someone is dying, I do have an oath. I did take an oath. I would do everything I can to try and save them. But We shouldn't be seen talking.
All right. Fine.
Doctor, I understand the...
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Can I pull... Who should I pull aside? Well, you're already talking to the doctor. Let me pull Shirley aside real quick, and I'll say, hey, what if... So now we know how to sneak in here. What if we go down to the morgue? Because if they're lying about knowing what this is, they gotta have bodies down there that have the same thing. People who are dying of the same thing. Maybe there's something we can find there.
That's brilliant, Peachy. We'll come back.
Right. So we'll be good, we'll behave ourselves, we'll get out of here nice and clean. We'll come back the way they said, and then if anybody, he said, should be the safest spot.
We got lots of places to be, Doctor. Don't
Yeah,
worry about us.
no,
Never
okay.
mind. You won't see us again. I say
Thank
loud
you.
enough for the nurse to hear.
All right, yes, I need you out of here, as Nurse Doris said, so please do not come here again. I don't want to have to keep telling you.
Can I roll a psychology roll? I want to make sure we're not misinterpreting the power dynamic between Doris and Cavendish.
Okay, yeah, roll psychology.
31. That's a success. Oh,
Yeah.
I have to spend one. Luck.
You've been spending luck like it's candy.
That's what it's for.
You spend candy?
You spend candy?
Must have been a 30s
Favorite
thing.
things with candy?
Spending luck like you eat candy on Halloween? I don't know. You
No, yeah, it was good. It made sense.
you get the sense that she's just following orders, and he has a conscience.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm trying to... Yeah, this is what he wants to say. So while she's pulling... While Penelope is pulling Shirley aside, and he's talking with the doctor, he looks right down, where the doctor's shirt is just below his coat. He says, "Doctor, I see a necklace there, and I've got one myself." And he opens up his shirt, like just a little bit under his tie, and you see the cross that he wears as a good Catholic boy. Which was rolled during character creation that he's a religious guy. So he's like, I see your necklace there, and I know how you must feel in this situation. And believe me, I've been in this situation myself. You feel like you want to do the right thing, but you feel like it's going to ruin you if you do it. And it sounds to me like you might be under some serious pressure here. I mean, life or death kind of stuff. And I'll tell you, even if that's the case, this is all that matters. It doesn't matter what they do to you, to your career, to your job, to your money, to your body. You got to keep your soul intact. You got to make sure you do the right thing. Because if something fishy's going on here and they're killing people, don't let your soul burn for it. Can I roll a persuade?
Yeah.
See if we can get anything else before we bounce.
Penelope goes to
72
make the
over
sign of the cross,
50.
but does it weird.
But she doesn't quite know.
Just get like baseball signals.
Right. I should steal second?
I did not get it. 72 over 50.
I wish I could help. Good day. And he turns around.
I'll pray for you.
For your soul.
All right, we'll bounce and try this secret sneak-in plan?
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be a place that nobody can see us come in. And I figured if we're going down to a morgue, there's not going to be a lot of people down there anyways. And then we get to see what's happening to all these people, if they're lying to us or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. So what do we need to do? Do we actually bring Albertine here?
No, I wasn't thinking that.
We can't move her, right?
I don't think we can move her.
Okay, so then we just wait for the doc at 10 o'clock outside the back of the hospital and...
No.
He's
I
like-
was thinking,
Well, I think
no,
we
no,
try
we don't have to
wait
wait
till
for
it
them. We
gets
could just
dark.
see if that door's open.
Okay. Like
Nice.
right now?
Yeah.
Or... Oh,
Or we
okay.
could wait.
I'll follow
I
you.
thought we were
lead.
waiting until it was late.
We
I
could
don't
do
care
that.
either way.
Way, Peachy.
All right, so you want to
could-
hang out until late at night and try and sneak into the hospital and go down to
Yeah.
the morgue, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it? Do we have, like, are there other things we could do in the meantime?
It's probably 7 o'clock at this point at night.
Oh, so it's nighttime. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we can...
Let's try the
we have
back
to be
door
starving.
now.
We haven't eaten since breakfast.
Yeah.
Be used to it.
You can also go back and just call it a day and hope that the kids will be okay. You don't feel like you're hot on the lead of the children at this point. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I got an idea. So these crazy men in their white masks with their puppets on their knee, they're gonna come back. And they're gonna look for more little kids. What if we stay awake and we watch for them by the fire?
Sure, I like that idea if we can pull it off. But we're here now. Maybe we could do a little sneak into the morgue just to see. Because if they really are planting stuff in our town, making our people sick, they need to pay for it.
I love a good snoop.
All right, so you're already there. You hang out until it's late at night. You watch orderlies, nurses, and doctors leave. You wait for the right moment, and then you sneak in.
This back door that he was talking about that he left open for us.
The door's locked. Because he was on the presumption that you would make a time to come meet with him to bring a sick person.
Right, that's what, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't we jimmy the lock or?
You could try to jimmy it, yeah, if you have a thing. But as you're jimmying it, he comes out.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Oh, he's looking around. He's like, do you have the victim? Let me take a look at her.
She can't be moved, Doctor. She can't be moved. You have to come with us. You have to come with us.
Why are you here? I thought you were gonna...
You need to come with us.
I can't.
She
can't
needs
be
your
seen.
help.
I can't be seen with you.
I can make it look like you're not you.
What do you mean?
I can. I used to be an actor. I can disguise you. No one will know. But we need your help.
All right. I'll go back with you. Should I bring anything?
Bring it all. Bring your medical kit.
All right. He takes the hospital and he rips it out of the ground.
Hold on, let me twirl this thing on my finger.
Pickup truck. Let's go.
Are we splitting up though? Like, are we still trying to sneak in while he's leading him off to?
Leo winks at you, like in case you want to stay behind.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go. And so he walks with Leo and who else?
I'm down to go back to the camp. I'm really interested in seeing if these creepy masked fellas come back.
Yeah.
Penelope and Preston. Preston pulls out a playing card and slips it into the door bolt just as the door closes to keep it unlocked.
Oh.
I won't even allow a roll because that was cool. Just fun. Playing card. Just had it. He used to keep it in his hat when he was a reporter.
Yep. King of Diamonds. There's a story behind it.
And so he's walking with Leo and Shirley. He's like, your friends, are they coming?
They're gonna. We haven't eaten all day. Nobody at the camp has eaten. They gotta find us some food. They're gonna go
steal another car.
They're gonna
We've
steal
got
another
food in the car.
Well, it's
See us
10
some
p.m. and we're
groceries.
behind a hospital. I'm sure they'll find something to eat. And he hops in the car with Leo and Shirley. Or actually, he'll just be like, I'll follow you. He hops into his own car. It's like thinking to himself, where did they get such a decent car? And he follows
anonymous benefactor.
As he follows you, what do Preston and Penelope do?
Pulls out the King of Diamonds, slips it back into his coat pocket, opens up the door, slips inside. Penelope, let's go. And then, click. Lock themselves in.
You lock themselves in and you head down to the morgue.
Which
To
we're
the
assuming is on the basement
morgue.
level.
Yeah, you go down as far as you can. This is a 1930s hospital. There's not a lot going on. You know where the morgue is. You head down there. What are you looking for?
I want to open up those gurneys and see. I gotta see if they were lying to us. If anybody
Wanna see
else, if anybody else that they know has fallen sick to this thing that we saw earlier.
Yeah, if the kids are down here, if there's bodies down here, you know, or if it's just
Any unusual deaths. Any dusty eyeballs.
You start opening cold slabs after cold slab after cold slab. Give me a spot hidden check, both of you.
Come on, buddy. Come on, Preston.
I rolled a
30.
13.
And you rolled 13 over and over again. I rolled a 30 again, and that's a success.
Is 13 a hard success?
It's not 12 is. I just missed it.
You want to spend that
Still
luck?
one.
30 is a
Yes,
hard
I
success.
do.
Yeah, 30 is
Yes,
a hard
I do.
success.
Burn 1 point of luck. You got a hard success, and 30
Heck
is a hard
yes.
success too?
30
All right.
under 65.
So, gruesome though it may sound, you're listening, making sure, was that like a guard or like an orderly or a night nurse? Keep opening things. You don't find any children. But you do open one. You know those that like come out of the wall? I don't know if they have those in 1930, but they look cool in like Law and Order. Pull it out of the wall and you see a man who looks like like his body just wore away to dust. And there's a tag on his foot that says H. Priestley. From there, we go back to the camp. The car pulls up. Dr. Cavendish's car rolls in behind it. A couple people are stirring by the fire. It's late now, 10 o'clock at night. Tuk-tunk, tuk-tunk. You get out of the car, slam the doors. You start walking towards the medical tent.
I put a fake mustache on Dr. Cavendish.
He rips it off. Haha, it was I, Dr. Cavendish, all along. He joins up with you and Shirley, and you start walking towards the medical tent. You get there. You enter. And Dr. Coombs is sitting there, and he's kind of like leaning weird on a table. He turns towards you, and you see he looks terrible. His skin is flakier than anyone else's. His eyes are bloodshot. And he looks at you and he's like, "She's gone.
What?
She's gone, but, and he doesn't have like any emotion in giving you this information. And Dr. Cavendish is looking at his former colleague in shock. He's like, she's gone, but I may have got to the root of the problem. May have got to the root of the problem, but I know less than I did before. Her body, right? It reached an advanced state of decay even before she passed. Handling her remains was difficult, as even with the slightest touch, pieces of her would crumble. You know that. But I performed an autopsy. And as I investigated further, I noticed some abnormalities in her abdominal area. All signs pointed to her being dead, but her stomach was still moving after she died. Moving like she was breathing. But I knew she was deceased, so I carefully sliced her open, and what was left of her skin parted with ease. And what was inside was unlike anything I'd ever seen. There were these small, leathery pouches, each about the size of a thumbnail, lodged in her abdomen, and as I moved in closer to inspect them, they appeared to have tiny, dark shapes moving within these pouches, suspended in some sort of yellow fluid. I was intrigued. As I tried to extract one of these pouches, they almost all simultaneously burst, and whatever was moving inside of them slivered out so fast that I lost them. He holds back vomit. I'm ashamed to admit I lost time after that. And I woke up. outside of the tent. Outside of the medical shack, on the ground. I don't remember leaving the station. I just remember the sacks exploding. And now I feel really sick. You look at his eyes, and Dr. Cavendish stares at him and then looks at you. From there, we cut to a car speeding down a moonlit road. Inside of the car is a man. He's driving, and there's a woman next to him just kissing him on the neck, and they're both intoxicated. While they're driving, they're laughing, but he's also like, just wait till we get back to the hotel. I shouldn't even be driving. He takes another rip off of a flask, hands it to her. She leans in for another kiss. She's like, what did you say your name is again? Ned? He looks at her. He's like, that's right. Well, you can call me anything you want. As he says that, a look of panic crosses her face abruptly, and she screams, look out! Out of the windshield, the headlights pick up a young boy shielding his eyes from the bright light of the car. The man yanks the steering wheel hard to the right, and the car swerves into a ditch dramatically, like inches away from an elm tree. Car is like smoking a little bit. You see the man and the woman struggling to get their composure, and she's like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, did you hit him? Did you hit him? Did you hit him? She looks back, and we see this boy lying motionless in the middle of the road. He's like, I don't know, I don't think so. I didn't hear a bump. Hold on. He slams the car door open, like kicks it, pulls himself out. She stumbles out after him, and they make their way slowly to the body of this boy in the road. And we see from their eyes now as they slowly approach this body, expecting the worst. In the middle of the road lies a young boy, about 12 or 13, curly red hair. His shirt is in tatters and hanging open. He looks terrible, but the woman cries out, he's breathing. Look, he's breathing. The man leans down. Hey, son, you shouldn't be walking around in the road like that at night. Are you okay? The boy's green eyes dart open, and he says, they have Esther.
Oh, Billy!
I tried to save her, but couldn't, so I ran. He grabs the guy's hand and shirt, and he's like, it's inside of me. Please, help. And he pulls the man's hand down towards his stomach. And as the man's hand touches the boy's chest, his eyes widen. He gently pushes his hand down, and it sinks directly into the boy's abdomen, permeating the skin right into his chest cavity. And as he does, in unison, they both let out a terrifying scream, just, ah! Birds scatter into the sky, and we'll see you next week.
Horrifying.
Cthulhu!
Call of Cthulhu!
It's my ex-husband!
Congrats to tonight's winners! Congrats to the winners tonight. Take it easy, everybody.
Thanks for watching!